Hold up, have you ever wondered about the one person who built an empire so powerful it still controls your life today, even though it was dismantled over a century ago? Yeah, I'm talking about the guy who turned oil into gold and created the playbook for corporate dominance that's still running the world today. His name? John D. Rockefeller. Back in 1870, this 31-year-old from Cleveland controlled just 4% of America's oil refining. Fast forward to 1880, he's running 90%. And by 1904, this man controlled 91% of oil production, 85% of oil sales, and was setting up the ultimate system for corporate control that still dominates everything from the food you eat to the tech you use. Guess what? You're living in the world he designed. Everything you do, every company you interact with, from gas stations to pharmaceuticals to Amazon and Google, they're all playing from Rockefeller's playbook. His empire didn't just die when they broke up his company in 1911. Nah, it evolved. And you're still caught in it. So let me show you how this system works, and how it has been controlling your world for over 150 years. Rockefeller's early life, the perfect mix. John D. Rockefeller wasn't born into royalty. In fact, his father was a snake oil salesman who sold fake cancer cures. His mother? A devout Baptist who believed in hard work and God's will. It was this strange combination that shaped Rockefeller into the businessman he became. Ruthless when it came to his competitors, but convinced he was on a divine mission to bring order and efficiency to an otherwise chaotic world. In 1859, oil was discovered in Titusville, Pennsylvania. The rush was on. People flooded into the area to strike it rich. Chaos. Boom and bust. Oil prices went wild. But while everyone was scrambling to drill, Rockefeller had a different idea. Refining. Turning crude oil into something useful. Kerosene for lamps. That's where the money was. And by 1863, Rockefeller invested a mere $4,000 in his first refinery, and within 2 years, he was running the biggest refinery in Cleveland. The Rockefeller Playbook. Vertical integration. Here's where it gets good. Most refineries just bought crude oil from drillers, refined it, and sold it. Simple, right? But Rockefeller? He didn't want to just refine oil, he wanted to control the whole supply chain. And how did he do that? He bought everything. Barrels? He bought the factories. Railroads? He owned the tank cars. Storage? Bought his own warehouses. Distribution? He controlled that too. He didn't just want a piece of the pie. He owned the kitchen, the bakery, and the delivery truck. By owning every step of the process, he had massive cost advantages over everyone else. His competitors were paying 25 cents per barrel for barrels. Rockefeller made his own for 15 cents. His competitors were paying railroads to ship their oil. Rockefeller didn't pay, the railroads paid him to ship his oil. This wasn't just smart, it was ruthless. He could drop prices low enough to crush his competitors and still make a profit. And that's exactly what he did. Cleveland Massacre. The monopoly takeover. In 1872, Rockefeller pulled a move that would be remembered as the Cleveland Massacre. He approached every refinery owner in Cleveland with 2 options. Sell to me for a fair price or I'll drive you out of business with a price war you can't survive. Here's what he did. He dropped prices below cost, forcing his competitors to lose money on every sale. Those who didn't sell had 2 choices: go bankrupt or sell out. Most sold. By the end of 1872, Rockefeller controlled 25 out of 26 refineries in Cleveland. He went from 4% to 25% of the entire nation as refining capacity in just 3 months. Rockefeller's expansion, nationwide monopoly, but Rockefeller wasn't just content with Cleveland. He wanted the whole country. Through the 1870s, he expanded his empire, buying refineries across New York, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore. Same play: secret railroad rebates, vertical integration, and price wars. By 1879, Standard Oil controlled a staggering 90% of the refining market in America. That's not business, that's monopoly. But here's where Rockefeller's genius truly showed. He knew monopolies have 2 big problems. They're illegal. They're hated. The trust, Rockefeller's legal masterstroke. So how did he solve both of these problems? With one of the most brilliant legal moves in history: the trust. In 1882, Rockefeller and his lawyers created the Standard Oil Trust. The trick? Standard Oil of Ohio couldn't own companies in other states, but a trust could. The trust wasn't just a company, it was a holding company, and it allowed Rockefeller to control everything without technically breaking any laws. By the time he hit 1904, Standard Oil was controlling 91% of oil refining in America and 85% of the market. The wealth, Rockefeller's legacy? Rockefeller's wealth was staggering. By 1913, he had $400 billion in today's money, the richest person ever. But here's the kicker. When the government broke up his monopoly in 1911, he got richer. Why? Because they broke Standard Oil up into 34 companies. And guess what? They still dominated their markets. His wealth tripled after the breakup. This wasn't just breaking up a monopoly. It was just restructuring it. By 1911, the same companies were still in charge, just with different names. Exxon, Chevron, BP, all still descendants of Rockefeller's empire. Philanthropy, the final move, and let's not forget his ultimate move, philanthropy. In 1913, Rockefeller created the Rockefeller Foundation, which seemed like a generous charitable act. But it was a power play. It allowed him to avoid taxes, control which universities got funding, and influence the direction of medical research. He was shaping the future while getting public approval. Modern day. The Rockefeller legacy lives on. Fast forward to today, and Rockefeller's system is still alive and thriving. Amazon, Google, Big Pharma, they're all playing from the same playbook. Vertical integration, horizontal consolidation, trusts, and regulatory capture. It's all there, just under new names. Rockefeller built a system that didn't just survive. It evolved. And now you're living in it. Closing. The ultimate truth. So what do you do in a world built by Rockefeller? You can't escape the system, but you can understand it. And understanding is the first step to navigating it. This isn't just about one man's empire. It's about the system he created. A system that works, but concentrates wealth at the top. It delivers efficiency, but it comes at a cost. The rich get richer, and the rest of us? We're just living inside his system. End screen. Call to action. If this video opened your eyes to how deep the system goes, hit that subscribe button. You can't escape it, but understanding it is the key to playing the game.